Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu salam, rasulullah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Tariq Khalid. I'd like to enter our program here at Sharjah Media Corporation on doing good. And we hope and we pray by Allah's mercy and grace that all our viewers are doing good by our criteria of what is doing good. And that is, of course, by worshiping, obeying the commandments of Allah. And that's what doing good is. And that they're steadfast in pursuing these good deeds and actions. And Allah says more or less in Surah Al-Araf, Surah number 7, verse 199, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Hold to forgiveness, command what is right, but turn away from the ignorance. In Surah Al-Fusalat, Surah number 41, verse number 34, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Repel evil with what is better. Repel evil with what is better. We have a lot of evil in the world today. We have a lot of people doing evil deeds and actions purposely on all levels. So we have a great opportunity to make effort to repel this evil from Satan. Yes, we're at war. Satan is an avowed enemy. He is fighting us on many different levels. So we ourselves must be aware and conscious of this and pursue the structure that is required for us to defend ourselves on a daily basis and our families. So we need to have this awareness and consciousness that we have an avowed enemy that's fighting against us 24/7 and that we need to be on our best game all the time. So we need to do those things to get the help of Allah all the time. When we're sleeping, when we're eating, whatever set of circumstances we find ourselves in, we want to be doing those actions which are pleased by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so we can get the help of Allah. And Anas radiallahu anhu said, I was walking with the Prophet ﷺ and he was wearing a Najrani cloak with a stiff collar. A Bedouin came up to him and grabbed him roughly. And I looked at the Prophet ﷺ's shoulder and I saw the mark left by his collar because of this rough approach. Then the Bedouin said, O Muhammad, order that I be given some of the wealth of Allah that you have. And the Prophet ﷺ turned to him and smiled, then ordered that he be given something. This is agreed upon. So even though this person came to the Prophet ﷺ very rough and very harsh, saying, give me something, he still forgave him and saw that he did get something. So many of us, if someone speaks harshly to us, we say, forget about it, I'll write them off. And that person may be distressed or emotionally imbalanced based on stress. So we need to be concerned about that. We need to reach out for the people. We see somebody, he's kind of out of it, we say. We need to reach out for him and find out what's going on with him. Can we help you? Do you need psychiatric evaluation? What is that you need? What can we do for you? And we find more and more people like this today on different types of medication. They leave their medication and then they go out. So we should be patient and endure and assist the people to get to wherever it is that is best for them, that will help them be balanced in their life. Yes, we need the balance. And unfortunately, many people are imbalanced. When the tribe of Daws rebelled and refused to follow the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Tufail bin Amr al-Dawsi came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Al-Daws have rebelled, so pray to Allah against them. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam faced the Qibla and raised his hands, and the people said, they are finished. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was merciful and tolerant and did not want to see the punishment of Allah, before people prayed for Daws, saying, O Allah, guide Daws and bring them here. O Allah, guide Daws and bring them here. O Allah, guide Daws and bring them here. This is collected by Bukhari and Muslim. So what does this say to us? That we say, oh, those guys over there, man, they're horrible, they're doing terrible things. So we just say, oh, Allah, punish them, strike them down. No, we shouldn't do that. We should go to embrace them, say, Assalamu alaikum, how are you, my brothers? How is your life? How can I be of benefit to you? Can I be of benefit for you? These are the simple things that impact the hearts of people with simple mechanism. And this is what we should be looking for. How to impact the people's hearts with the correct guidance, that they will choose it, they will grab it, they will hold on to it, they will endure with it. This is a work in progress, and we must review that which was done in the past and use it as a means and methodology for the present and the future. And we must believe that people today are trapped by their desires and trapped by others because they took chances to do whatever it is that they were doing to satisfy their families, and they wind up trapped in one way or another. So we're calling the people, you want to break the trap? To Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, obeying the commandments of Allah, and believing that ultimately the ultimate victory, true victory, is with Allah. And that when we tune in and obey the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah will make things easy for us in this world and hereafter. But we have to believe that and make effort. Stay focused on what it is that we're doing. Abu Masud al-Asari said, the Prophet ﷺ said, a man from those who were before you was brought to account, and no goodness was found in him, except that he was a man who used to mix with people. He was rich, and he used to order his employees to let off the one who was in difficulty. Allah said, we should be even more tolerant than him, so let him off. It's collected by Muslims. So today, we have many situations, people having many financial circumstances and arrangements. We should hold fast to those arrangements, hold fast to the people that we have taken oaths with, and it's their right to ask for whatever it is that we have of theirs. Think about something that someone has taken from you, how you felt. And even worse, for someone that you knew and you see him with your cap on. And your cap somehow just disappeared from around the house. And you're asking everybody, what happened to my cap? And you can't find it. But now you see somebody that you know with that cap. And you know it's your cap. How do you approach him? Obviously, he has become very liberal in his approach to you. He's doing what satisfies him without considering you. But ask yourself, should you do the same? Or should you qualify your actions so that your actions become an invitation to him to do the right thing, to follow the correct formula? Resolution of the soul. We need trained, professional, purposeful people who had the concern for all of humanity, who worry about the condition of humanity, who can see by Allah's mercy the direction that humanity has taken. So much so to killing of people. And the Prophet ﷺ said more or less, in the last days there will come a time where murder will run rampant. You ask the person who was killed, why was he killed? He will not be able to answer. You ask the killer why he killed him, he will not be able to answer. So we ask ourselves, what is our present state of affairs, wherever it is that we might be in the world today, and what have we done to change that state of affairs? And we say, look, you're either part of the solution or part of the problem. So there's no in between. One of the important things is for us to commit ourselves to Allah, to become an example for how to obey Allah, and an example for those people who want to disobey Allah to understand that this is not the place. This is the place to learn to obey Allah, to get the bounties from Allah, the benefits from Allah, to understand Allah's religion, to implement it in our life, to teach it to others, to have this concern for every single human being, whether he wants it or not. We're inviters. We're inviting him to our environment. We're inviting him to know who his Lord is. We're inviting him to understand this dynamic, to put it in place in his life before his life ends. And then what will be his condition? So, in conclusion, we need to look at our set of circumstances presently, what it is that we want to do tomorrow and the next day, and what is our overall long-term goal and aspiration. And where do we stand on the timeline in relationship to these things? Or are we just sitting down, chilling out, cooling out? It's summertime, I'm tired of studying school, I want to just sit. We say no, we cannot sit. The time is running, it will not run back, we will not regain it. We may get an opportunity to start the initiative, again the same initiative. But we need to know what is the condition of this heart. Is this heart willing to submit itself to Allah? Is this heart committed to obeying the commandments of Allah? Is this heart truly concerned about humanity with no distinction? How many of us can say that? So I'm saying to everybody out there now, draw this line for yourself in the sand. Where do you stand realistically? What will be your condition when you return to Allah? We have choices now. What choice do you make today? Tomorrow is not promised. Be concerned about your condition today. Have the worry of not just your own family, but the people in your neighborhood. What is their condition? Are they concerned about pleasing Allah? Or are they concerned about pleasing their neighbors and just their own themselves? It may be that they're doing this and it's pleasing to Allah. We cannot say that. Only Allah knows that. But we need, as people, to interact, to work together, to strive, to obey the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the salvation of our own soul. Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change the condition of their own hearts. So let's look at our hearts. See, what is it that we see? What is our condition? What are we doing to promote the religion of Allah? What are we doing to please Allah? What is our present state of affairs? If this was a 6x6, not meters, 6x6 foot hole in the ground, and you were going to be in that hole in the ground, what would you do today? It is with Allah's mercy and grace that we have the opportunity to communicate with you if we understand that. And that grace and mercy is something that we wish to extend to you. So we pray and we ask Allah that these programs get out there throughout the world and becomes a means of guidance of people to the truth. They will leave falsehood and idolatry to pursue the path of truth and righteousness for the salvation of their own souls. And in this brings the help of Allah in our lives. In this brings the needs that we have taken care of. People say, how can that be? It's easy for Allah, isn't it? We've assumed something when we should not. Ask yourself, where do I stand today? And where am I? Where am I going? What will be my condition when I get there on this journey? Think about it. Work on it. Study it. Be prepared to reach out to whomever it is that you can, and at the same time, be prepared to reach your Lord. And we hope and we pray that all the believers reach out in a favorable manner and become among those who are favored by Allah. That is enough. So, my dear viewers, take the time now. Focus on your relationship with your Lord. Mind, body, and spirit. Look at your life. See where you are, where you want to go. Be thankful under all circumstances. Praise Allah as you thank Him. Work very hard for the sake of the society where you live and to join the hearts of others. My name is Tariq Khalid. I'd like to thank you for joining us here at Sharjah Media Corporation on Doing Good, and we hope and we pray by Allah's mercy and grace that everyone who views these programs is doing good by Allah's criteria, and that for the believers, when they fall short, Allah will forgive them and grant them the Jannah. And for those who are still in disbelief, that this becomes a means of guidance for you to truth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.